The greater good.
Hey everybody, Greater Good Mining here. So yesterday, Iceriver teased on X that they were dropping some new miners, and within 24 hours, they dropped the new specs. So we'll go over those new miners that they've dropped, the specs, what the anticipated ROI would be with the current price and the current hash rate of the miners that they've dropped. And we'll just kind of speculate, talk about some things. We know the price of Kaspa will change. We know the hash rate will go up once the miners drop. But all we can do is use the information we have to kind of see, are these things worth buying at this point in time? So if you like that kind of content, do me a favor, hit the like button. It really helps out more than you guys know. And check out some of my other videos that I've got. I'll scroll through them real quick on the screen. If you're looking for discount codes, check the description of this video because I've got discount codes directly from Iceriver, up to 2.5% off, depending which miner you get. And I've got discounts from resellers like Crypto Miner Bros, 70 bucks off, Terahashes, 1% off. You know, check the description of the video for discount codes if you're thinking about going for one of these miners. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So real quick, here's the teaser post that they posted yesterday. I did a video on this and I guessed the names of them and like what the hash rate would be. And I had no clue, I was just guessing. But KS0 that was pretty close, at least with the name KS0 Lite. We got one of those, but the hash rate is definitely not 60. Let's go ahead and get into the specs. Okay, so I reposted this on X and I said, if you're looking to buy one of these, you can use my discount code. I say, pretty crazy, the KS7 models are using the same wattage as the KS5M and KS2 Lite, like respectively, with double the hash rate. So follow me on X if you guys want this news faster than I can put it out on YouTube. The link and my tag name and all that is in the description of the video. But let's go ahead and look at the specs. Iceriver says the wait is over. Meet Iceriver's latest products, KS7, 30 terahash at 3,500 watts for $5,000. Then KS7 Lite, 4.2 terahash at 500 watts, $799. So like I said just a minute ago, this KS7 is getting double the hash rate of a KS5M with the same wattage for $5,000. So that's pretty crazy. And then the KS7 Lite, a KS2 Lite pulls around 500 watts or so. So that was getting like 2 terahash, like an old KS2 would. Now we're getting 4.2 terahash at 500 watts for $799, then free shipping. And I don't know how things will be with tariffs now that things have changed with the Trump administration, but historically, a product that costs $799 wouldn't be subject to tariffs. So when I got like my AL0s and stuff like that, they were $799. I bought those and they shipped over, no tariffs. So right now, I'm kind of feeling that KS7 Lite for 500 watts, $799, no tariffs, free shipping. That's kind of like what I'm thinking I might want to do, because the hash rate and the efficiency is pretty good on this, but we'll go over that a little bit later in the video. Then you guys know I'm more of a Kaspa channel, but I can get excited about new projects and new miners. The Aleo miner, though, I'm a little bit worried it's going to end up like the AL0, the RX0, the KS0 Ultra. The Aleo miner is 50 megahash at 100 watts. So it's going to be that form factor like the KS0 Ultra. And it's 2 G's, $2,000. And then you'd pay tariffs on that. And if you're going through a reseller, it might cost a little bit more than that and tariffs would be included. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this has happened time and time again to me and to you guys, where we get excited, we buy one of these new little home miners, and then within a few months, they are making like a fraction of what they were before. So just being honest, I'm not as excited about Aleo anyway as a project. I'm not as excited about buying these like very small miners anymore. Like, it was fun for a while, but I'm just not sure if I can cough up $2,000 for something that I'm not sure if I have that much faith in, but just being honest. So anyway, the sales and shipping dates, it says coming soon. So we don't have a window that they're saying on X anyway. So let's go ahead and look directly at Iceriver's website and we'll see what they have on their website. Okay, so here we are directly on Iceriver.io. This is the only official website for Iceriver, and I have the official link in the description of the video. So click on that link and don't go to other Iceriver websites. There are no other Iceriver websites. So here's the same specs that they posted on their X page. Let's go to the section where we shop for the miners themselves. Sorry about the bright light there. That's a flashbang bright white screen. So here they are, and let's click into them one by one. We'll start with the Aleo miner and see if there's any new information. So this one says power supply not included, and that has been historically how this form factor has been. So the Aleo miner, the AE0, you'll need to buy a power supply. I have a video that if you're looking to buy a power supply, you could power up to 3 of these devices on one power supply, and it's relatively cheap. I'll show you real quick. Okay, this is the video right here, best power supply for the money. I'll leave a link to that in the description of the video. Maybe I'll put it in the cards at the end. So if you're looking for a power supply, I honestly wouldn't recommend getting the one from Iceriver because if there's ever overclocks available for these, the Iceriver stock power supply isn't really powerful enough to take an overclock, and they're not that great for the money, to be honest. This one I like a lot, and I've used it on a lot of my miners. They are just solid, never failed me. And I can power multiple miners with them or overclock them. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop back into what you're looking for as the specs and everything on this video. And it's going to be the same as these other home miners that we've had: 100 watts, 50 mega hash, and you can pay with USD, BTC, ETH, USDT on ERC20 or TRC20, so Tron or Ethereum. And they're not giving us a shipping date, which is kind of unusual for Iceriver. Usually by the time they drop these miners, they already have it sorted out like a shipping window. So anyway, that's the Aleo miner. Now let's look at the profitability of the Aleo miner. Okay, so here we are on hashrate.no. You can check out the Aleo miner. You can check out all the Kaspa miners and see what the profitability is. So Iceriver AE0 estimated ROI at this moment is 151 days. The revenue and profit are very close because it only takes 100 watts. So we're talking a difference of like less than 20 cents if you have 8 cent electric. Just depends, you know, you can punch in your own electric rate. I just use that as an example. So anyway, yeah, you're making about 20 bucks a day currently with the Iceriver AE0. Now, historically, you guys know, if you've been in the game for a long time, this will change like dramatically once these start shipping out. Now, and Iceriver is not the only one in the game. We got Gold Shell in the game too. They've got their miners, and the hash rate's just going to keep going up on this network because ASICs are newer. So once they start shipping these out, this hash rate's going to go up. And I know a lot of you are sick of this happening and probably turned off by these smaller home miners. And honestly, at this point, like I said before, I don't think I'm interested in paying $2,000 for this thing. It's making 20 bucks a day right now. 3 months from now, it definitely won't be. So just be careful. We are in volatile times. It's, you know, we're in a bull run year, but it hasn't felt like it yet for altcoins. The thing is, nothing I say is financial advice, but this could all turn around in like months. And bull runs seem to catch people off guard. So it's another thing to consider. It's tough to want to buy mining equipment right now because everything is so low. But 6 months now, there's going to be people FOMOing into these miners that are making like 20 bucks a day for thousands and thousands more than they're costing right now. But I'm just very leery, once bitten, twice shy on these small home miners, because a few months from now, something else bigger will probably drop. So that's just my honest opinion. You guys, if you've been through it, you already know. But if you're new to this game, don't get too excited about seeing $20 because that will change as soon as more hash rate hits the network. And if the price of Aleo drops, which tends to happen after the ASICs are released, then you're really hurt. So anyway, that's my honest opinion on that. Let's move on to the Kaspa miner. Let's start with the KS7 Lite 4.2 terahash, 500 watts, $799. Don't forget the power cable is not included. I'll leave a link to some power cables that I use. There's a really good high quality trip light one that is very thick gauge copper. So you don't want to run a cheap low wattage regular computer cable on this. I'll leave the links to what I use in the description. If you have a PDU for like 240 volt, you can also run these on 240 volt, it looks like. So I'll leave links to both cables that I would recommend. So yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, 100 volts to 240 volts. So it's just like the KS2 Lite and the AL2 Lite. And it's also saying coming soon. So it doesn't have a shipping date. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next miner, and then we'll go to hashrate.no and see what the profitability is. Okay, Iceriver KS7, $5 grand, 30 terahash, same thing, saying coming soon. So not much more information than what's on X. Let's go ahead and look at hashrate.no, and we will see what the profitability is, what the ROI would be. And then I also want to show you the break-even calculator coder stuff made. It's really good. You can kind of speculate on your own and play with what you think Kaspa could do. And it might give you an idea of, like, you know, if you have a different idea of what things could happen for the Kaspa network. Like if you think the hash rate will double now that these miners came out because they're double the efficiency, like, you know, play with those numbers. So I'll show you that calculator in a minute, but let's start with hashrate.no. I'm pretty impressed actually that hashrate.no already has these miners listed because they just dropped this morning. So the Iceriver KS7 Lite, that is at 8 cent electric. You can change this power rate to whatever you feel is appropriate. And since this is a home miner, it'll probably be higher than 8 cents. Mine at my house right now is like 11 cents, but you guys play with that number if you want. Whatever your power cost is, punch it in there. So right now, the KS7 Lite is not really making that much money. We're talking about $1.28 in revenue and profit 32 cents. The ROI time, 2,192 days. Oof. So, and we know the price of Kaspa has been suppressed lately. Let's take a look at that. 7.5 cents for Kaspa. It's just been chopped around there. And it seems like that's been the lower resistance that we've had lately. It's been rough to be a Kaspa miner lately. The hash rate went up, the price didn't appreciate, and we're just kind of stuck grinding sideways. So it's hard to be excited about some of these miners, to be honest, but I would consider getting this one, and you guys might think I'm crazy, but this is one that I would consider getting because it is low wattage. We're more than doubling the hash rate on the KS2 Lite. I can run it at home, and I'm seriously thinking that this is like a low price for Kaspa, very discounted price for Kaspa, considering what might be coming soon. Today is March 6th. Tomorrow, March 7th, is going to be a crypto summit for the White House. So I know that there's big names going to be showing up there, like Michael Saylor and things like that. So I have a feeling, I hope it's not buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing, but I have a feeling prices will be pumping if we get some really bullish news tomorrow from the Trump administration, from this crypto summit that they're having. That's pretty exciting. So anyway, that's my opinion on the KS7 Lite. I'm tempted to get one. I'm already pretty heavily invested in Kaspa, but we'll see. I'm going to think about it. Let's go on to the KS7 itself. Okay, so for the Iceriver KS7, daily revenue, $9.16. Profit, $2.44. And you would think you'd be making more with such a powerful machine, even at 8 cent electric, but the price of Kas, like I just said, has been very suppressed. Also, you guys know, if you've been following this channel for a long time, that the Kaspa emission schedule is very aggressive. So right now we are in the 3rd year chromatic phase, and we are talking about 61 Kaspa per second being emitted. And that's starting tomorrow, actually. So we're going from 65 on March 6th. Tomorrow is the first day that we're dropping down to 61. So when we started, and when I was mining it at first, it was significantly more Kaspa being released to miners for rewards. I was mining back in late 2022, like around, I think it was October or November of 2022, I started mining Kaspa. So we went from like a 311 Kaspa per second. Now we're all the way down to 61 Kaspa per second. So it's a very aggressive emission schedule. And that's why it's harder and harder to accumulate Kaspa. It's getting harder and harder to have these machines be worth it, because we're getting less Kaspa on a very smooth release schedule, but it is a very aggressive release schedule. It's like a halving every year practically. So the price of Kaspa hasn't appreciated enough to counter the increased hash rate and the aggressive emission schedule. So will that create scarcity? Are we going to have suddenly an event like kind of like where the price starts going up and it goes up exponentially quickly because the emission schedule is causing there to be less Kaspa available to miners? And if the price goes up, maybe it'll drive it up very quickly. But that's what I'm hoping for. And we are in a bull run year. So we're waiting on alt season. We're waiting on some more bullish news and lower interest rates. Maybe these tariff wars, we need them to end. So hopefully we can start going up here. I wanted to show you Coder of Stuff's Kaspa break-even calculator one more time. I used this in previous videos, so you can play around with the numbers. So I went ahead and punched in the specs of the machine, but let's punch in the current price of Kaspa, 7.5 cents. And it's saying you can't break even. You saw on hashrate.no, we're talking, it's showing like years to break even on this device. So the all-time high of Kaspa, if you want to punch that in, that was like around 20 cents. We'll just say 0.2. And it's still saying you won't break even. So it's really tough to want to buy one of these bigger machines unless you have like deep faith in Kaspa that it will do well this year, and you have a game plan to sell the equipment at some point in this next year. Because if we go through this bull run and get on the other side and Kaspa starts crashing back down, it's just like any other mining equipment. It will be worth less 2 years from now than it would be during a bull run. So I'm going to tinker with the numbers and we'll see where we could actually get a break-even date. So the funny thing is, just punching in one extra penny, 21 cents, we did get a break-even date, but it's not for a long time. August 27th, 2026. So it really truly depends on how much you believe the price of Kaspa could go up. If you feel like it's worth the risk to go into a bull run with the latest and greatest equipment for the algorithm that you want to mine. So it's all up to you to decide if it's worth the risk. I'll leave a link to this Kaspa break-even calculator. Don't forget, if you're thinking about taking the risk, you can use my discount codes and save a little bit of money. So the price of this machine would drop if you use my discount code for Iceriver or the resellers that are available. Like I said, Crypto Miner Bros, you get 70 bucks off. TerraHashes, you get 1% off. Iceriver, you get 1.5% off for a Kaspa miner and 2.5% off for any other miner like the Lithium miners, Radiant miners, Aleo miners. You'd get 2.5% off if you use discount code greater. So that's a quick breakdown of what you can expect for ROI times on all the miners that you saw on the X post that Iceriver posted. And if I find out when the date will be for like shipping, I'll do another video and I will post on X. Like I said, follow me on X, guys. I post quickly there new information, especially from Iceriver. I follow them closely, especially with Kaspa. You guys know, if you followed me for a while, I'm a Kaspa like heavy channel. And you know, like I said, follow me on X, join my Discord. I also post quickly in Discord. We have a lot of great people in there sharing information, helping each other out. I'll leave a link to my, like an invite link to my Discord. And then, like I said, subscribe to my channel. I've got tons of crypto content. Last but not least, don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good.
The greater good.